Hello. How are you today? Wander around in the world today and seeing a lot of triggered people, weird responses, people not wanting to acknowledge other truths and attacking so that they don't have to recognize there's other possibilities to reality. So what am I talking about? Avoiding people when they're triggered. So basically, let's say you write something on Facebook that you all of a sudden get a very strange response or a heated response back, and basically they're disagreeing with you vehemently, saying that your perspective is wrong, and that sometimes you maybe should even roll up and die or shut the fuck up or whatever. And this can be very abrasive, very confusing, and very hurtful in a lot of ways. And it seems to happen to me a lot lately, so I'm going to talk about it, but I'm going to give you a new perspective. So when you bring up something that might be truth, but is different than a truth than somebody else has done a lot of effort around, or built their life or their foundation on, they're going to feel attacked by a different perspective, something that's softer and easier, maybe a little more love-based. Maybe they're going to give you a really 3D, strongly thought out and interpreted reaction, and they're going to want to do it in a very poking way. And the reason that is because you're basically attacking their reality. It feels like by you suggesting something that was different than what they've believed or been programmed into. And it's way easier to smash one person that's saying an alternate perspective in the moment than it is to go inside and figure out why that's poking you or why that makes you angry. So they'll basically smash the person that's giving the alternate perspective. And this has become widely typical in our world, and sometimes it's way easier, but in the end, once the seed's been planted, once it's been placed there, that knee jerk that comes out of them, and that's why I don't respond a lot of times as soon as somebody comes back with something negative or whatever. That knee jerk, if it bothers me, it's showing me there's some misplaced energy or a belief that clashes, and I got to go inside and do an individual bit of work to understand if this is me, this is them, why there's so much energy in that moment. And you're going to widely see people do this, and they only do it usually with somebody that has that doubt in themselves. So they'll attack it because they see your doubt and it's contrary to what they have, so it's easier to say the other person is wrong. But I find there's never anybody wrong in this world. There's a million different perspectives. If you're in a very 3D based reality and thought process, these guys gotta stand their ground to defend their fort, literally, because to see anything else or to believe anything else would make them wrong. But that's not really why I do it. It's not to make wrong, it's to give a new perspective so that people can start to say, oh, okay, there's something wrong with my perspective, or maybe their perspective's wrong or whatever. But without diversity, there is no change. There is no, hey, why is that guy happier, or why does his world look different than mine or better? And then you can expand to a new possibility by people speaking vulnerably about their experience. And that's what I do. My way is not the only way. Mine's not the best way, but mine's a way. If yours isn't working out, here's an option. So to speak openly about what we believe, to speak openly about what is going on in our world. Maybe we're not even completely confident in ourselves, but to speak it and to hear other perspectives come back can give us the ability to change, to talk it out, to stand the test of sharing, I guess is what you'd call it. And sometimes the place that's found is actually in the middle of both. So even the sharing and the rubbing up against other perspectives is not wrong or bad. It's actually the thing that forms new perspective, new change, new possibility. So think of it this way. When somebody comes at you really hard or tells you your opinion is wrong or whatever on Facebook, often you're maybe shining some light into something new for them. And just have compassion, understand, and their perspective's right in their reality, but maybe your reality's different. Your vibration's going up. You're seeing in a new perspective from more of a God and a collective perspective than a struggling by myself perspective, and that can be really different. And it can feel really wrong, and it can make you question, maybe you're mad at God, or maybe the world's been effing you over, or whatever that thing is. And by doing this, all of a sudden a new perspective comes out, and you're like, okay, I'm part of God, and this isn't actually a bad thing. It's teaching me. And a new perspective like that can be massive and big and changing. So just have some compassion, understand or be aware or understand that it all comes from their experience and what's happened to them and how it is, and to invalidate it by saying a completely different opposite perspective might make them feel really uncomfortable. So just shine it, stand in your truth, but don't feel attacked, or if they do attack, you got a choice. But just breathe and just allow them, okay, yeah, they've had a different experience. They don't believe the same things as me, but that doesn't mean that your perspective isn't valid or that it can't be shared with others. Just let them have theirs, let you have yours, and let it be about love and respect and understanding instead of conflict or fighting or disagreeing, because only by sharing new truth, new possibility, new perspective does the world change. So that's what we're trying to do. And not everybody's going to agree, and some people are going to feel really assaulted by it or uncomfortable. But it's okay. And that's part of the awakening. That's why we need to talk about stuff that other people don't agree about, and let them have their opinion and agree with them. And sometimes you're going to say, yeah, I agree, and that's a better perspective, but it doesn't invalidate my perspective. So that's the magic of awakening. That's the magic of what we're going through right now. And that's the magic that we just need to allow. Thank you, Zana. Perfect. I'll leave it at that. I wish you all a very good afternoon, and hopefully this perspective helps. Have a good one. See you soon.